I'll try.
All right,
I was caught in the.
All right, welcome back to News Up Extra. I really enjoyed the sports segment, I must confess. And we're going straight to entertainment. The entertainment industry this year and over the years, especially in Nigeria, has really, really done well. They've been really, really, they've generated a lot in terms of revenue. They've sold Nigeria well. And then we have our artists, going at par with the international artists. I remember when we started way back in 2000, if I am correct, with Idris Abdul Karim, Tony Tetula, and all that.
Did you used to understand those things that Idris Abdul Karim?
Yes, yes, now. They call it no in Yoruba.
Idris that year.
Two-Face and all of that. And now you would not believe that the Nigerian entertainment industry has made it so big. And now we have our guest, a music producer and a gospel artist, a maker, Eze Agula. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
Well, I feel great. I feel good,
All right. Okay.
Like that sounded like music already.
Exactly.
I feel good. I feel good,
Okay, yes, this stage name, I've forgotten your stage name again.
Okay, it's MX Cold Black.
MS Code Black.
Yeah,
okay.
that's it.
So, going back to the retrospect, like we said years back, we knew how the Nigerian entertainment industry started. Even Nollywood, we knew how it started. I remember when we were always watching either Indian movies or soap opera. We'd always wait till like 8 p.m., to go and watch this soap opera. But everything just changed.
Yeah.
So what's your take on how it has changed and how it has evolved? Or,
I think if you're talking about the Nigerian music industry, I think a lot has happened, and it's so crazy that we are now going international because our artists here are now mixing up, with the artists out there. I mean, it was more like, I don't know if I'll say it's magical because you can't believe it. Like, just like you said about Idris Abdul Karim and Two-Face and the rest of them. Way back, if I could take you way back, like 6 foot plus, like, the guys that laid the foundation and all that. But look at what's happening now. It's really crazy. Like, boys are on fire, especially the boys like you hear. I always call them boys. Like, don't mind me when I say boys. Like, Fireboy, Joe Boy. I mean, these guys are doing crazy things now. It's really amazing, though. It's really amazing.
Yes, I'd like to ask you a question. It is something I have noticed over time. Is it what you people, I'm going to use you people, is it what you people agreed to make Lagos the entertainment hub or the entertainment capital of Nigeria?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
But Lagos has always been like the center of music. That's the truth. So it's not like music doesn't happen in KD, like Kaduna. It's not like music doesn't happen in somewhere like Jos, even ABJ here, But, there's this understanding that the Lagos people have, everything music, everything you do that has to do with music, you are being paid for it. It's business. So they understand that. We have a lot of challenges like that in ABJ here in Kaduna. Some people want you to come up and do a free show for them. But in Lagos there, when you're coming up for a show, they're asking you, because they don't want you to mess it up. They know this is business, so they want you to come and do your best, do you. So everybody's like, in that hustle and that fight to be something. And I think that's the reason why Lagos is like the center. Because if you go there and talk music, they talk business. Yeah, that's what I feel. That's my take on it, though.
Okay. Now, I just want to take you back a little bit. Sometimes I keep wondering, though, when you see, sometimes you go on Twitter, and then you see there are a lot of arguments about what artist has good lyrics, lyrical content on their songs, blah, blah, blah. It keeps going back and forth, particularly when you see the likes of Wizkid drop an album or perhaps the Davido drops an album and all of that. But then I just want to take us back a little bit. Let's look at, do you think if somebody like a Two-Face right now, or a Two-Baba right now, because if he drops an album, do you think it's going to really resonate with the market as it stands right now?
Well, you see, like Two-Face, I won't lie to you. Two-Face is a legend. Don't worry about it. It's just the truth. Like, when you hear someone that is gifted or you see someone that's gifted, he's a creative. Like, I don't know how to explain it. And over the years, you can see Two-Face has been consistent with his hits or his songs. It might not really be like a hit song, but it's a song that will stand the test of time. And that's Two-Face for you. So if you're bringing Two-Face into this, honestly, I would say from my own view, I'm not saying the boys coming up now on fire, like they bring so much energy into the music, lyrics-wise and, you know, otherwise. But on a more serious note, Two-Face, oh my goodness, like, nah. I think even if he drops something now, it's still going to make that spark. I don't know how, but I think he's gifted. That's just it.
All right, so let's look at this year, 2022, which is the main focus. We saw a couple of artists make it on the list, on the title track album of the movie Wakanda Forever. In fact, when I saw that, I was blown away. I was like, whoa, I didn't know this. I personally, you know, she was talking about the 22 Thrillers, and I remember Shakomo. I remember those bits.
Rugged Man.
You know, when you look back where we're coming from and where we are today. I think the first Nigerian song I know that made it to Hollywood was African Queen, where the song was a soundtrack to a particular movie. But then right now it's not. It's just happening. We've seen a Wizkid song also on featuring a Beyonce, brown skin girls and all of that. What has changed within this period? I mean, why has the year been so good? I mean,
okay, you see
for artists.
what I feel is there is an understanding with our sound. Over the years, like, you know, just like you hear them say the drums, in Africa, the drums beat the loudest. They're the loudest, like the sound, when you mix it, let me take you a little bit, let me just digress into production, like music production.
Yeah.
You know, I think Nigerians have been trying to understand their sound, you know, way back. And because of the consistency, that's one of the things that actually brought us to where we are now. When you hear them talk of Afro beats, Afro sound, sorry about that. When you hear them talk about Afro beat and Afro sound, you know, it's something else. Like if you watch way back, the way the production is way back is not the way it is right now. You know, you don't. If you want to do music, you know you have to be ready and set for the business. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
Like if you watch the growth in the sound, is crazy. Like you're saying, I wanted to share with you. You're talking of Two-Face, African Queen. You're talking of but now check this now. Do you know this PlayStation, like PS5? Go and check FIFA, soccer. The Nigerian music is there. Like, I was shocked when I heard it. I was like, for real? And then look at what's happening, the World Cup. I mean, you have a Nigerian artist on.
Yeah.
You can't
Chris Daniels went there, did his thing.
David Doe was performing live on the World Cup. Okay, I'm not calling names, but I want you to look at this. The DJ was playing. He played a song, a Nigerian song.
Rema.
Look at the crowd.
It was like,
and they were singing back.
They sang back to. Come on, I'm not talking about in Nigeria. We're talking international.
In
like
Qatar.
So if the music can go there, you know that there's something about our sound. And
Let's not even
it's
talk about
been,
Buga.
No, you see that. You
Let's
see
not
that.
talk about it.
You see that even on TikTok, just go around. Like the sound has been defined, and I think right now it's becoming.
It's interesting that you've mentioned the sound. So are you suggesting, as a producer right now, are you suggesting that through the years, besides the fact that we had a Fela, we had a Kwamwan, we had the King Sunny Ades, who also had a market at the time. Are you saying that within the hip-hop sphere, you know, we were trying to find, or should I say modern music, we're trying to find our sound within that? Because I recall like Yahoo's sort of, they had a sample, a foreign song, and a couple of other songs were sampled. The P Squares also sampled a lot of the Usher sound and all of that.
True.
So could it be that we've gotten to a point now where we can say Afrobeat is our sound, and 10 years from now, 20 years from now,
trust me,
nothing is going to happen?
Trust me, I think we're in that spot right now because it took a long time. Just like you're saying, the P Square they did that sampling, and you know, not just only P Square. Like a lot of us were thinking, because we want to go international. We want to, you know, we felt, let's do what they do out there here. So that was bringing that confusion. That's what I feel, because as a producer, I think, you know, I understand that. Like, you want to meet up with what you see out there. You know, so you're trying to imitate, but you know you have to be original to make that, to define yourself. And I think Nigerians just got that. That's just what I feel. Because instead of fighting to be somebody, you know, we stood out, and that's just it. Trust me. If you hear now anybody's talking or making a song now, we always tell you about Afro beats, Afro pop. Why are you saying Afro? You're bringing the gong, you're bringing the percussion, the local drums in it.
Like I remember in that skit, they say you're bringing the boom boom.
Oh, you see that? You see that? But that's it. And that thing actually helped, you know, because Nigerians understood that, and I think that's what is defining us right now. And trust me, I think 2023 is going to be something else, because everybody's working. Like the boys are working. Like seriously, look at the likes of Burna Boy. Come on. I don't know what to say about the fire is, I don't know. He's on fire.
I'm sorry for bringing this back. I am still a little worried about Abuja artists. Maybe because I grew up here. I've had 6 foot plus, style plus, and Chidike, or is it Chinwike, and all that. But they gradually faded out. When MI came from Abuja, MI and the brother, I've forgotten that. Jesse Jacks. I remember I would go to British Council where they do rap battles and everything, and somebody told them, leave Abuja and go to Lagos. So, and that was how they were able, you know, to be heard. What can Abuja artists do to, you know, be at par with their contemporaries in Lagos? What do you think?
You know, I really feel like the artists here are really doing their best. But there's just a little bit of confusion, because it's not easy when you don't have support. It's like what I was telling you. When you go to Lagos, anywhere, let's take this, if you are a keyboardist in Lagos, you make money for just being a keyboardist. If there's an event somewhere and they ask for a keyboardist, they're paying you. You don't come there and just, you know, there's a word in Abuja here, you hear people say, come and show yourself.
Yeah, show yourself.
And then you don't have anything to eat. You don't even have the transport to move. But in Lagos, if I'm calling you out to do something, we're talking business. It doesn't matter how little, but because I want you to put a good show up, I want you to be present at our common time, I want you to give your best in it and all that, you know. But here, I'll be like, come, if you want to show yourself, why don't you just come and do this? And then they keep fighting. And then I think there has not really been support from, I don't know, but maybe from record labels, and you know, so they run down to Lagos, because you know, any studio in Lagos, label in Lagos, they understand the business.
Sure.
Yeah. So I've worked with a lot of artists. Like I'm even doing something for 6 Foot Plus, you know, recently. He's coming back in it. I'm really serious. That's good. So I've watched and I've seen that, you know, sometimes we take them for granted, you know, and these guys are creative. They have the gift. Like you hear them. When you hear, I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but if you tell me to rap and you say you want to hear me, you'll be shocked to hear what you hear. I'm not hailing myself, like I'm not trying to say but you wonder, okay, so why are you, I've had that time, Leslie. I've produced Konga, Tillaman, Sauce Kid, YQ. I've worked with these guys in Lagos. I was under a label in Lagos, but I chose to come and start up my own self here, you know, and I have a studio of my own, you know. So I'm not saying, if you want me to rap for a bit for you to hear, I could do that. Just in like few seconds. I just want to show you something. So you see that the guys in ABG here are gifted.
Yes, they are.
Don't get it wrong. Like you hear little boys, you hear them with fire, but there's nobody to ignite, nobody to help. Like if I'm to, okay, let me tell you a little bit about my God. Now, when you talk of God, I'll tell you mine is invisible. His way beyond the physical. He's got the highest technology, miracle. Describe my life in one word, biblical. I don't mean a God that gives and collect. Like you can hear that voice, you'd be like, wow, this guy's got power. He's got, okay.
Yeah, you got
DMX
power, bro. This is different. This is different.
But that's it.
Different.
That's how you see a lot of these guys, no opportunities. Just trust me. But they're good. They're gifted. Like,
but I don't understand. Is it that you know, we get the Abuja thingy? Everybody's talking government, you know, and all of that, as real estate. Those are the things. Is it that people in Abuja really don't understand the dynamics in the music industry and the potential therein in the music industry? Is it that they don't understand?
No, I don't think they don't understand. They don't believe.
Oh.
That's just what I feel. You know, just like she said, Anybody, any artist you meet now, the next thing you tell them is, dude, what's up? I think you should hit Lagos. Because Lagos understands. Like, you be in Lagos, you step into somewhere and maybe you show yourself as an artist and one man sitting down there will be like, God, I think this is something to invest in. But here in ABJ, I think what we do more is politics, you know, we talk more, just like what you're saying. It's the truth. Like, that's what happens. Believe me, that's what happens. So they don't believe. It's not like they look at you and feel like, you know, they don't say it like, if I put my funds or my money in this, I'm going to get it back. That's the truth. But when you're in Lagos, you know, you take risk, and that's why they are where they are. They try it and see, bro. I was in Lagos. I see what these guys do. Like, you could be here doing something, the next minute someone is waiting for you. Like, it's like, I heard what you did. Let's see how we can put it down on record. He's going to fund everything. But here, I will meet you and be like, wow, you're really good. I would look for someone to connect you. Why can't I be the one to help? Why do I have to look for someone? And maybe I'm capable, like I have the funds, I have the strength to do this, but they don't believe.
But then let me take you down this road, because I know 2022 rather, has been a good year for Nigerian music. But recently I saw a video of a popular rap artist, Chai Kwan, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Chinko or something? He has this name. The guy who did Shower Your Mercy. I think he did that song with, what's this artist now? I've forgotten his name. But he spoke about generally of how he lost everything in the industry. Lost everything. He had to go, it went so bad that he had to squat with a friend of his. This guy had a banger, you know, and all. But then, why do these things happen in the industry, and why will an artist get to that level where at some point you had a banger of a hit, and then just few years or few months down the line, you're absolutely nowhere? We also see there are a couple of artists who have had issues with their record labels. Why is it all that way?
I don't know if that's what you're talking about, like if you've heard the story of Timaya.
Yeah.
The plantain boy.
Yeah.
He was doing music for years. I think a couple of years, if not more than 10, and then he stopped because it wasn't coming forth, like there was no progress, like it wasn't moving.
Yeah.
And then after 2-3 years, he went back again. And this is Timaya. So I think it's normal for you to face or have challenges. That's what I feel in life. You know, if it's really worth it, then you need to go for it. That's the truth. Like, I've heard and I've seen a lot of artists, they go that way. You fight, you're fighting, it's like you are hitting the roadblock. It's like it's like the end of the road. And then before you know it, there's a light at the end. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what happens. So if that's happening, I think that's life. It happens to everything in life. Like business, whatever you call it, not just music, you know. So I think it's consistency that keeps you. That's what I feel.
All right, so let's go straight to gospel.
Okay.
Yes, in the industry, it's just like in Nollywood, we have the Yoruwood and we just know in our mind, it's not as if they're segmented, but we just know we have the Nollywood, we have the Yoruwood, and we have the Kannywood. So in the music industry,
by the way?
The Yoruba wood.
Oh, Yoruwood, okay. I didn't know.
I'm just hearing that.
You know the Kannywood, I'm sure.
Yeah, Kannywood.
Okay, and the Nollywood, all right. So just like in the music industry too, we know we have the gospel artists and we have the hip hop, we have you know, the reggae.
Yeah.
Are there any synergy or any challenges if they have been facing, maybe any in-house rivalry or any? Yes, for the artists.
Well, you know, I won't be calling names though, but just like I said, I've seen a lot, you know, and it's not really encouraging though, because it's like, okay, I would use myself as an example because this is a true story, but I'm not giving names. You have to pardon me. You know, it's like you going out, meeting up to one of the stars out there, gospel artists, and you'd be like, man, I'd like us to do something together. You know, we Christians, we stuff, let's do stuff together. And you'd be like, wow, no problem, we'll do stuff, you know, and then we talk about it, you know, and start trying to work towards it. And then you find out that after some time, they're not picking. Okay, what's up? What's happening? I'll call you back. Also, what's up? Then he or she finds you, I'm sorry I'm doing this so you don't, you know, he or she finds you at an event and maybe you're ministering now, and then joins the crowd to be like, my God, it's shut up, because it's crazy. Like, what I did was really crazy, but I did what I did. I stepped up and I was like, you're like, are you standing for me? Like, we were supposed to do stuff together right there in the crowd, because I don't see it like try to hold it. I don't hold things. I just go straight and I lay it and it's out, you know. So I was like, you're clapping for me with the crowd. I just whispered. He was, you know, was still doing that. And I was like, come on, man. It's really crazy. And I moved, you know. So I think a lot is happening. I've worked with a lot of artists that told me or said, why is it that they don't want to do stuff with me? I've spoken to this person, my God, I don't want to. So it happens. And I think it's just fear. Because you are gifted, you're good. Why are you scared of the next man? Yeah. I mean, you can't stop him. You might just kill his time, but he will still come up except he stops himself. You know, that's why I feel.
All right, that takes me to piracy and plagiarism. It's a serious issue in the entertainment industry.
True.
You sell your idea to one artist and they act just like you were narrating, and they are, okay, bring it, bring your demo, bring your, and you know, for an upcoming artist who doesn't even know what to do, you get your demo, you give it to them, and then you find it on air the other time.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot.
Yes.
And I've been advising young talent or artists. I've been telling them, when you see, you know, not everything you see on the internet you follow. Sometimes they tell you, submit your songs to this, and then, and you rush, you just drop it. Sometimes I feel it's genuine. You know why? Sometimes it's just trying to get ideas. You want to see what this young guys, because honestly speaking, you can't compare a boy of 17, a boy of 22, 23 with a man of 40 something or 39. The idea, the fire that boy has right now, because he's not at the spotlight now, the fire, the writings, the ideas he comes out with is really hot. But you know, you grown up, you just feel like, you know, someday I'll get something or I'll keep trying my best. But these guys are digging and coming. So when you say submit your songs and they go and they drop their songs, and then you hear tomorrow something like it's what they do. It's normal. So artists should know and don't dive into things because of desperation or I don't know, but don't dive into things you're not sure of, because that's what happens. It doesn't take anything. Like, I'm a producer. If I hear your song now and I want to pick an idea from your song, it's very easy to create from your song, and you won't know it's okay. You might know, but that's if there was a connection, if maybe we were close. But if we were not close and maybe I got your song from somewhere, you only just be like, man, that song sounds like something I've heard, or sounds like a song that I've done, because of the chord progression. You don't know why, but the song just has that feel. But that's what happens. You just pick it up and change one or two things. So people do that a lot. So young artists should be very careful with, you know, opportunities like that, trying to dive into it because of desperation. That's what I feel.
All right. So as we beat the roundup, 2022 has been obviously a very good year for Nigerian artists. The song Last, considered a monster hit globally. You know, just a couple of days ago, Burna Boy was in Jamaica.
Burna Boy was man.
You know,
leave that man alone. Man.
All right, I'll leave him alone.
Do some fire, trust me.
All right, so but looking at last year and making projections for next year, what do you see happening in 2023, or what you think the music industry should do differently, if there's need for us to do anything differently? Because I've noticed that we are experimenting even with some South African sounds as well. I've seen a couple of producers experimenting with South African sounds. And there's this popular sound right now. I'm a piano or something.
I'm a piano.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of artists experiment with that and all of that. So, but where do you see the Nigerian music industry? How do you see it going in 2023?
I feel the Nigerian music industry has just started. You know, because when you understand your sound, no matter what you do, you try to fuse your sound. Like even if you're trying to divert or trying to build up something that has to do with maybe just like you're saying on a piano or a techno or a techno beat or something, you always have to fuse in your own sound to make it unique. And I think the Nigerian industry have understood that. You know, it gives that, it helps you to give that mark that, okay, this is where this is coming from. And if we don't lose touch of that, then trust me, you can see what's happening. Look at what Ed Strand, look at, you can name them. What's her name?
Tiwa and Brandy.
Yeah, look at it happening.
I mean, what's her name? This same lady, Ira Star, doing a song with Kelly.
Exactly.
Kelly, is it Kelly?
Kelly
Rowland.
Rowland.
I mean,
But see it now, they are coming for our sound. So it would be crazy to run away from your sound, because that's what we've been doing before and it wasn't working. We were trying to get their sound here.
Yeah.
But you know.
But quickly, as a producer, sorry to interject, what sound do you think is original to Ghana? Because Ghanaians are having sleepless nights over the success of Nigerian music industry. Kenyans are a bit more receptive, or should I say East Africans are a bit more receptive. South Africans are also a bit more receptive, but Ghanaians seem to have an issue with Nigerian music industry.
I think because the sounds, like, they're a little bit similar. That's what I feel. So they have not really been able to define themselves. So they always try to fight the sound that we bring. You know, that's what I feel, honestly speaking.
Do you feel high life, for instance, can be sellable for Ghanaians? Because high life actually started from Ghana.
Well, you know, with the sound, it can be with our own sound. You know, like when you do that and you fuse in your own sound, it's still what I'm saying. For the 2023, as long as we don't lose track, we don't lose focus, like we still bring our sound inside. Whatever we do, as long as we just fuse it with our sound, trust me, it's going to be crazy.
All right, last question. Three, you're going to mention 3 tops and 3, should we say
Up and coming.
Up and coming.
Yeah.
We shouldn't do 3 worse.
Was now. No, you may end up mentioning my Speedy Darlington. So
Oh, come on.
I don't want that.
No, please. Why would you want to put me in this, man?
Okay.
I don't want to be.
All right. Let's take away 3 worst artists in the industry this year, but let's look at 3 best and 3 best upcoming from your observation. You can mix it up, gospel, you know, just.
Okay, if I go gospel, I go Adaichi. I don't know, that's Adaichi for me.
Okay.
You know. And then secular, I'll go Burna Boy.
For gospel?
No, I'm
okay,
going, he said I could mix it up.
Okay,
so
yeah,
all right.
3
so
top.
I'll go Burna Boy.
Okay.
And then honestly it's a hard one because it's a hard one. I think I should pick 2 for
No, 3. 3.
Can I pick 2 more? Like, you know.
Okay, 2 more.
Artistry is doing something for me right now. And then Whiskey has always been there. He has always been there, like top. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, his album is a bit arguable though. I mean, hey, we could still contend that. But 3 upcoming, 3.
Upcoming. Would you know most of them? Like if I call
Just
the
call
names
the
that
names.
Yes.
I mean, let's see.
Okay. I'll call, and I think you should look out for DK.
Okay.
Gospel
That's
artist.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
DK. I'll call Convey, still a gospel artist. Okay, now I'll switch. Okay. Honestly speaking, well, I have a lot. I'm just trying to pick though. Okay, I would use Dante.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abuja based or Lagos?
No, not Lagos.
Okay.
Dante.
All right.
Okay, Abuja. Okay, you want me to? I'll go. There's so much. Princess J.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are
know
you
most of these
done?
artists I'm talking about.
Are you done?
Okay, yeah. I know you have some.
Are you whining
Nah,
me?
come on.
Say you didn't whine me. You didn't mention him.
No.
Why?
Well, I'm just this is my take. Like you have your
Okay,
take.
it's
Yeah.
true.
If you're
You're
to
right.
call now, you're going to call
No,
3.
him.
Yeah,
Who are
yes.
you referring
You
to?
didn't whine me. I don't know that his name.
Okay, I mean, it's just one song. Come on. Just one song. One song.
more.
I mean, it has to be a little bit consistent.
Okay.
Ashake was the definition of consistency in 2022.
Sure. Something else.
Sure.
I mean, every hit that young man dropped
Yes,
was
it
a
was,
banger.
yeah,
Come
it was
on,
a
man.
banger.
Who does that?
Back, yeah.
Who does that?
Sure.
I mean,
fire. That guy's on fire. Trust me.
I'm like,
I
who
listen
does
to the
that?
song and I'll be like,
And I think he's refreshing as a performer.
Yes, yes.
You get, and all of that.
that's what I was saying with these guys. They all have fire. Coming
Yes,
out.
they have
Trust me.
serious fire.
Yeah.
Serious fire. Oh no.
The way you talk.
2023. Like, when you hear these guys, you know that it's not ending anytime soon.
True.
They understand they understand the sound, they understand their gift, they understand their style, and they just stay in there.
And understand the market.
Yeah, they understand, obviously. If you don't understand the market, you ain't going nowhere. That's the truth. So I think they do.
All right, you guys are not paying us, so enough of that. But it's been a good year for Nigerian music industry, definitely. And we're hoping that, in 2023, it's going to be even a better year. And we're hoping as well that Burna Boy will go on to also win yet another Grammy. Terms did had stuff, fortunately we didn't mention her. Terms did really well for herself in 2022 as well. But let's see what 2023 holds for us. But just like Emeka has said, here, this guy's on fire and we are just started.
That's true.
So if you're thinking that we're going away anytime soon, we need to correct that impression. It's not going to happen anytime soon.
Word.
So quickly, once again, what's the stage name? So we don't.
MX Code Black.
MX Code Black.
MX Code Black, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for coming
It's a pleasure.
on the program today, Auntie. Okay.
All right, okay. I just wish that the federal government of Nigeria can tap into the entertainment industry and make it the new oil. I tell you, other countries are doing these. The US is doing these, and they are cashing out big time in the whole entertainment industry. We know how much millions of dollars they make from the box office and from other musicians. Okay, all right. So this is where we call it a wrap on News Up Extra. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We hope to see more of you. So till next year. Yes, till next year. But for now, just the play.